Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love is Blind Season 4, Episode 12. We made it, y'all. I don't know why this season felt like it was a network television show. These 12 episodes, it feels like we've been here for 3 months. It's crazy. But we've made it to the end. We're at the wedding, so we're going to see who gets married, even though a lot of us already know, but let's just pretend like we don't. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So, in the last episode, we were left at Kwame and Chelsea's wedding, where Chelsea said yes, and we were waiting for Kwame's decision, which is yes.
I do.
You are my husband.
Yes.
I am.
Your wife.
No, my wife.
Based on how things are going, Charlie, you might actually be the wife. Anyways, my big question is Chelsea still Chelsea, insert maiden name here, or is she now Chelsea Apia? I would like to know. Are y'all even still married? Because, honey, the streets have been talking. You know, the streets like to talk. They're saying Kwame hired just his siblings. They're not really his siblings. They're saying Kwame was dating another woman who was living in Seattle and ABC Andy. They're saying Kwame and Josie got a divorce. I'm like, damn, what's the story? Somebody tell me the reunion could not come any quicker. I need answers. Okay. And even if some stuff comes out after the reunion, you know we're going to talk about it on this channel. Okay? Don't worry about that. I got y'all. You know we're going to talk about it. But yeah, I don't know if you are Chelsea maiden name or Chelsea Apia, but all I know is your first line of duty as a wife should be to get in contact with a black barber. Anyways, then we move on to Micah and Paul's wedding. Okay. So I watched I watched the finale episode on 1.5 speed just because there was a lot of talking. I couldn't be bothered, right? When you watch it fast, Paul and Micah's relationship actually kind of looks romantic, you know? For a second, I was bamboozled, and then I was brought back to reality, and I was like, oh yeah, no, this is not it. So there's a lot of skepticism coming from Paul, but a lot of optimism coming from Micah and everybody in her camp, honestly. And so people are telling Paul, you should just say yes. I feel like saying yes, well, they, actually, even me. No, not me, because yes means legal marriage, so no, not me. They think saying yes eliminates the idea of what could have been, because then you know what it would have been. You ventured into it, right? But saying no, you still have these wonders of, could we have worked it out? Could we not have worked it out? Maybe we would have had a great marriage. We'll never know because we didn't pursue that, right? So anyways, both camps are saying, although this is an unconventional way of getting married, there's still that possibility that this really could work. People have done it the traditional way and still found themselves divorced in the past. So who's to say you doing it a non-traditional way can work? And I would have to agree, honestly. I don't think the longevity of a relationship necessarily matters. It's what you learn. It's what you talk about. It's what you experience. It's all those things that really determine whether or not it's going to work. And then after marriage, it's the constant will to, what's the word? Having that will to want to make it work every single day. So even though, yes, you love each other, love is not enough to carry this relationship. I have to constantly choose you each morning to love you, to show up as my best self, to be that supporting person for you, to be a safe space in this relationship, to be seeing seeing ways in which you can constantly elevate as a couple and grow and expand and experience new things and all that kind of stuff, right? So I think if you find somebody who shares those characteristics, even in a short amount of time, the possibility of a long marriage is still there. Look at the people from first season. They still married. It's very possible. Anyways, I'm rambling. Let's go to the actual weddings. Like I said, there's a lot of skepticism coming from Paul, so it's kind of looking like he's not really going to say yes. Micah says, I'm going to let you go first. And well, he doesn't say yes.
I don't think that we can choose each other right now. I never, felt safe. And I think that this, moment just kind of shows that that's validated.
What's right for me is right for both of us.
I don't want you in here. I want to deal with this on my own. I don't want to do this.
One thing about Micah that's been consistent is that she will not choose until she's chosen. And so I'm thinking down to even the altar, girl, there's an insecurity there and it's a problem. I don't know if it's a fear of rejection or whatever. We all fear rejection. Well, maybe not all, but a lot of people do fear rejection. So I understand that. But when it comes to matters of the heart, I think you just have to dive in. Personally, I don't think it's fair. No, let me not say I don't think it's fair. I think it's a disservice to you to base your emotions on what other people feel. I think there's liberty and freedom and I don't know what other word, but there's something nice about knowing how you feel about something and standing 10 toes down regardless of what other people feel. And what I've noticed with what I've noticed with Micah is that she kind of morphs to whoever is around her. I feel like she's more insufferable around the likes of Shelby or Arena, and she's kind of more palatable around maybe Bliss or Tiffany. And with Paul, she kind of morphs into his personality as well. And I'm just here thinking, I want to see Micah. I want to see who Micah is. I want to know how Micah feels. And Micah feels how other people feel about her, and then she forms an opinion about herself. And I'm like, no, that's weird to me. She says in her vows that no, let's talk about her vows and let's talk about what she said after Paul said no. In her vows, she said once she chose Paul, she never looked back. Baby girl, you look back at least twice. Once in Mexico, once at Chelsea's wedding. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? But okay, whatever floats your boat. Then after Paul said no, she said she knew that was going to be his answer. She didn't feel safe in this relationship. She felt like he didn't reciprocate the love that she felt for him. And I'm here and again, why aren't these things that we are talking about? Why wouldn't you just stand 10 toes down in those feelings and tell the man beforehand? I feel timid here. I don't feel safe. I don't feel comforted. I don't feel loved. And so our relationship really hangs in the balance for me right now. I'm not sure. Why not say that? Because later on, we learned that Paul was feeling the same way. And he explains that the reason why he said no was because he thought that his love was not being reciprocated by Micah.
It didn't seem to always be reciprocated. So maybe she held back her love at times because she was afraid that I wouldn't reciprocate it. I wasn't able to see it very clearly. And I had to be honest towards myself.
This 1000% confirms to me that this relationship was performative. I could not buy into it. It did not make sense to me. I felt like her laughing was more of a nervous laugh and she was kind of covering up things. And everybody was talking about how Paul is just so in love and he's so different. And I'm thinking, how? I know I don't know the man, but personally, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see the excitement. I don't see the love between them. I don't see the affection. And when I do see it, it does look contrived. It does look forced. So them both having this reaction at their wedding makes complete sense to me. I think people were saying that they ended up just dating after the fact. So I don't know if they're still together. Again, we're going to have to wait for the reunion to really know what's up. But I'm not surprised they said no. They should have said no because it was a no. On to the Brittany wedding, honey. Okay, the couple of the hour, the couple of the season, the couple of the year. And why did Netflix, I actually have a bone to pick with Netflix because why would they leave Zach and Bliss to the end? I don't give a damn about those two. I do not care. I do not care. The couple of the season was absolutely Brett and Tiffany. Anyways, they are both sharing how hard it has been in the pursuit of finding their person, and they're just so happy that they finally found them.
Gosh, I can't believe this. That's how I know he's right for me.
She made me feel valued. She made me feel seen and heard.
They are just going down the struggles of how hard it has been, sifting through the riffraff, and they just cannot believe that they found the love of their life, child. If I was either one of them, I'd be overwhelmed too because it just seems too good to be true. I remember my first impressions, and I'm going to do a last impressions video because a lot of my first impressions, I be knowing. That's all I'm saying. I be knowing. In my first impressions, I was like, these two are just perfection. And so to see that storyline pan out, and even for them to be so in awe of how perfect they are for each other, it's just, it is great. It is just, I love it. Like, this couple is just great. So, there were also conspiracies that these two know each other. I don't know how true that is. I think their connection is just that great that it's hard for people to believe how good their relationship is. Because their biggest blunder was the whole Tiffany sleeping in the pods thing. Besides that, they have had a perfect run, which just does not happen. So yeah, I hear you guys on the conspiracies, but I think that's just how good of a couple they are. So anyways, Tiffany says that she was stressed. A few episodes, she said. She was stressed about her parents maybe not seeing Brett how she sees him. But that's not the case.
What do you think about Brett?
I love him. He is so sweet. She came in and she was about ready to cry. Mom, he's terrific. I said, oh my God, she's in love.
My wife and I have been married 42 years. You in it for the long haul?
I'm not somebody who's just going to go along with something just because the other person feels strongly about it. I am committed to Tiffany. I'm committed to this relationship. I really don't have any doubts.
I didn't know Brett's mom had a mental illness that seems severe enough to have hindered her in life. But he says that in seeing what she's gone through and having his father stick by her side throughout the 40 plus years, and even on top of that, the mom staying with him because the dad had his own pitfalls as well. He's saying that that is an example of real love and true love and enduring love and pushing through adversity and all that. And so he has a great example to then implement in his own relationship, regardless of what life might throw at them, which was Tiffany's dad's question to him. So in that story, the dad felt assured. He gave his blessing. And I'm like, of course you did. How could you not? It's Brett. Okay. So yeah, it was great. Then Brett has a little meltdown. Brett turns into a little bit of a diva, and his pants aren't hemmed the right. No, they're just not tailored right. And you know, Brett is pretty particular.
My shirt is tight as fuck. Trust me, I understand.
But this isn't your wedding.
I understand, bro. So I just want to see what was wrong.
This should be a day of no surprises. It should be a day of planning. I know what to expect. I know how it fits. This should not happen. This is avoidable.
This already feels infinitely better. This is great. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
my
so
pleasure.
much.
Now, once again, I got to toot my own horn, toot toot, and say I be knowing. Because back in the apartments, when I said I would like for them to get a neutral place, to move into a neutral place, regardless of size, because Brett seems very particular about things, some people were saying that I was reaching. Well, who's reaching now? This man is clearly very particular. He likes things done a certain way, likes things put a certain place. Everything has its time. Everything has its location. Like, that's just Brett. So I think the best plan of action would be for these two to move into a mutual place and then start from scratch. Because I don't think things will go that great for Tiffany if she's moving around Brett's stuff. I don't know. Let's fast forward to the wedding. I was getting emotional. I'm even getting emotional right now. Tiffany is saying her vows and she's just talking about how much in love she is with this man, and then he's doing the same, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so good.
It wasn't a physical thing. It was simply how you spoke to my soul.
I felt love in your voice. You made me feel that I can be a better man, not only for me, but for you as well, in our future family. Tiffany, I most definitely will.
I absolutely will.
We gonna go to the bridal suite and we gonna get it on real quick, okay? Come on.
The one thing that annoyed me about this wedding was the officiant. He was so animated in a way that didn't match the couple, and so I was confused. The officiant that I would like for this couple would be whoever did Jarrett and Ayana's wedding. That's who I needed. Because this man, I didn't like it. No, not a fan. Anyways, these two are talking about they're gonna go to the bridal suite and do some marital shenanigans. I said, come on now, let's get a cracking. I love that. I love that for y'all. I really do. They are this season's couple. I literally have nothing to say, but I'm just like so happy. I'm so happy that they got married, even though I knew they would get married like weeks ago, because I already knew who was going to get married from time. But I'm happy. Let's get to the last couple because she was a waste of my time, child. Zach is still talking about this Romeo and Juliet foolishness. First of all, it was a completely different scenario when it comes to the story itself. And it was a story written in the freaking 1500s. Okay? It's a play. It's not real life. Let's let it go. Bliss's dad is still a little bit hesitant, but he is supporting his daughter. Him and Bliss's mom walked her down the aisle, which I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And they said yes.
I think the moment that I knew that I loved you is when I told you goodbye. I love everything about you. You are brilliant. You're beautiful. You're caring. You're thoughtful.
Your perception on the world is so beautiful. Just like meeting a man that is so kind is a unique thing. You're everything. Yeah.
Of course they would have to say yes, because after all that we have been through with these two, y'all would have been playing in our face, making it down to the wedding just to say no. Y'all would have wasted all of our time going down to the altar just to say no. So I was not surprised whatsoever that they were going to say yes, 1000%. Like, please. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Paul still believes that love is blind, but yeah, I don't know what else he said after that. Love is blind, but I guess there wasn't enough love to get married. I don't know. It was just confusing. That couple name doesn't make any sense to me. All the best to Tiffany and Brett. Honestly, all the best to Black and Sis. Zach and Bliss, too. And then that other couple, God be with you. So we'll be watching the reunion together. I'll try to have us watch the reunion together on Sunday. It is 8 p.m. Eastern. For those who don't know, that is 7 Central and 5 PST. For any international people, I don't know. Y'all are just going to have to do the math for yourselves. And then the review for that will go up on Monday. So until then, as always, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.